Hello again, thanks for watching. Before we get started on this episode, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who watched the last episode and who left a comment, who was feeling the way I was feeling in how do you mourn someone that you knew so well but you didn't know, but you did know. So I just want to say thank you to everyone, and my channel's always just kind of been a journal for my kids. That really made me realize the power of connection. I hope everyone received what they were supposed to from that event in our lives. Now, why would I want to hike by an interstate, and what in the heck is the Devil's Washbowl? Well, it's at the bottom of the Malad Gorge. You know, the river that disappears and then reappears and then does whatever rivers do sometimes, fall over something. It's that place right along Interstate 84 going through Idaho. You actually drive right over the gorge. It's where the kayakers all go to laugh at death. What? I've never seen any gorge on I-84. In Idaho, within 2 minutes of being edged out by a trucker, you can be laced up and hiking. Malad State Park is pretty awesome. If you are traveling through Idaho and need to stretch your legs, this is a great spot. Here's a little known fact that I made up for this video. There's 2 rivers in Idaho that I know of that run underground and then reappear again. The first river would be the Lost River, aptly named Little Lost River. Starts up by Chalice, and then it comes out at Thousand Springs Canyon by Hagerman. And then this river, the Malad River, which runs underground about 100 yards from where it comes out in the gorge when the water is down. But when the water's up, I think it actually stays above ground, I think. Well, yeah, it does, because kayakers use it. What? Kayakers use it? Holy cow. Most folks only go to the end of the paved path, but if you venture beyond that, sometimes there's a cattle wire up, you have to go across it, but there's a trail that runs along the ledge, and if you go out to the end of that, you will see something that's amazing. This spring has more wildlife than just about any place, more flying wildlife than any place I've ever seen. It's a spring, and back when we had fish that would come up and spawn, this was the exact right temperature of water, so they would spawn down there in the river, but use this spring to regulate the temperature of the water. Yeah, it was a constant food supply. I'm not going to get into that right now. This is just really cool, but it's also a long way down. Look at all the birds down there. Jeez, crazy. Gosh dang, it's really neat. It's just a big spring. Look at all the wildlife down there. I mean, it is everywhere. It's like ants on the water. That would be a really cool time lapse. Bunny tracks. It's a brave bunny running down the trail with all the hawks around here. Jeez. There's some shells and stuff you could climb down to, but I think you can get down over there Pretty sure I tried one day but ran out of time. It was going to be way more than I way more than I expected. I would think this would be called the Devil's Wash Bowl right here, like not the falls back at the river, although that could be that too. But gosh, well, there has to be some sort of Native American roots or history or ancient man history here, because this is a spring right where falls is, and a falls is the end of the river. And all the gravels on this river are perfect little red gravels, like perfect for making reds. And there's a spring, which means that the temperature would always be right wherever, you know, that fish would regulate throughout the year where the temperature needed to be to place their eggs. And so, yeah, we just built dams. I don't know what to say about that. Sorry, fish. Here's what the taxpayer's plaque says. Two Snake River cultures of peoples can be dated back 8,000 years. However, as long, I think it was 15,000 years, they had found hunters, but we now know the man was here earlier than that, and horses were here earlier than the 1500s. The close of the mid-Pinedale glaciation, it changed the environment so man could move down where ice was receding. So could you imagine, like, if it rained during those glaciation, you know, warm glaciation periods, if it rained, like, could you imagine the torrent of water that would be running down? It's just, that blows my mind. I bet that's where the mountain climbing gene comes from, because when it rains, I always want to go up. So I bet that's a survival gene. Modern day Native Americans in this area, the Shoshone-Bannock or Bannock tribe, I should say, don't have any cultural and spiritual ties to this area, according to no one ever. But that's what the interweb says. It's hard for me to believe that Salmon Falls was the last place that the natives or early man caught salmon. There's no way they didn't proceed further up the river. At the times that they would have been there during the glaciation periods, those falls wouldn't even have been present. So, I mean, I'm guessing there's a period where those falls might not have been had present. There is a record of there was 3 cultures along that river during that period, and I'm not going to say this correctly, but it is Sayahumupai is how I'm going to say it, according to how the Navajo used their U's and I's. So Sayahumupai, or Tolly Canyon. Malad Gorge is likely that place, although I'm guessing in the 1800s, 1700s, before discoveries found, the army came through and destroyed so much evidence of so much Native American history and culture that, yeah, it's awesome that there's so much of that down south around the Grand Canyon, that area. I just know down at the bottom of this spring, there is evidence of early man probably everywhere. Tell you what, this might be a thing, because it's washing out, obviously. Man, who knows how many years that takes, huh? Jeez. Cool beans, man. There's my stick. You don't want to be on the wrong side of that. Whoa, when it goes. I don't know what side that is, but man, I'm glad I got to check that cave out. I was really wondering. I hope you all enjoyed this little expedition. I call it a micro adventure. That's the beauty of places like this. Imagination coupled with common sense and wonder of the past can put you right in man's place 300 years ago, or 1,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago. Thanks for watching. Please continue to get out there and adventure and discover new things in whatever season and nature inspires you. For me, it's escaping the modern day narrative to a place I can think of the past